When we hear the name Johnson & Johnson, we think of infants and the clean, fresh smell of baby powder. The company has certainly worked to maintain that image, but J&J sells a much wider scope of products and operations. Based in New Brunswick, New Jersey, J&J is one of the world's leading providers of healthcare products and services, encompassing the globe with 147 facilities in over 50 countries. J&J started with a simple idea to create clean and sterile dressings. It was in 1886 when Robert Johnson and his two brothers, James and Edward, created J&J with the production of sterile dressing and medical plaster. Just 1 year after being founded, J&J was incorporated. Through the end of 19th century, J&J continued its rise in the healthcare sector with the production of baby powder. With continuing success, J&J looked abroad and in 1924 established J&J Limited in the United Kingdom. This was the beginning of what was to become one of the largest multinational companies in the world. J&J has three segments representing the operations of the company. First, the consumer segment, which includes a broad range of products used in the baby care, skin care, oral care, wound care, women's healthcare fields, as well as nutritional and over-the-counter pharmaceutical products. Second, the pharmaceutical segment, which covers products directly distributed to retailers, wholesalers, and healthcare professionals for prescription use. Lastly, the medical devices and diagnostic segment, which contains a broad range of products used principally in the professional fields by physicians, nurses, therapists, hospitals, diagnostic laboratories, and clinics. In the second quarter of 2009, J&J had sales of $15.2 billion, which showed a decrease of 7.4% compared to the second quarter of 2008. In relation to J&J's divisions, worldwide consumer sales reflected an operational increase of 4.7% and a negative currency impact of 13.1%. The worldwide pharmaceutical division sales have an operational decline of 8.5% and a negative impact from currency of 4.8%, while worldwide medical devices and diagnostics had an operational increase of 2.9% and a negative currency impact of 6%. In effect, domestic sales declined to 6.7%, while international sales declined 8%, reflecting operational growth of 3.9% and a negative currency impact of 11.9%. With that, the statement of the problem is, how would William C. Welton, Chairman and CEO of Johnson & Johnson, manage the negative impact of currency fluctuation on sales?
We then came up with three alternative courses of action. First, use differential pricing method. Second, adopt foreign currency risk management. And third, match up cost and revenue. The criteria for decision making are the following. The first criterion, cost efficiency 15%, time efficiency 10%, ease of implementation 20%, less risky 20%, and financial return 35% with a total of 100%. Risk criterion, 7% on the second criterion, 15% on the third criterion, 16% on the fourth criterion, and 27% on the fifth criterion with a total of 77%. ACA2, 11% on the first criterion, 8% on the second criterion, 17% on the third criterion, 15% on the fourth criterion, and 28% on the fifth criterion, with a total of 79%. ACA3, 10% on the first criterion, 6% on the second criterion, 15% on the third and fourth criterion, and 28% on the fifth criterion, with a total of 74%. After a thorough analysis of the given alternatives, the management chose to recommend Alternative 2, adopt foreign currency risk management, which garnered 79%, the highest among three alternatives. With this alternative, the management will benefit because they can be protected against the negative impact of foreign currency on sales through entering into forward currency contract and creating software that will help in prevention of losses when there is uncertainty in the fluctuation.
Created using Powtoon.